Hi there, you are going to join Jenny and myself as we go to the Avondale Goodwill. This is the most magical Goodwill in all of the land. I was here a couple weeks ago when I found a whole collection of coffee mugs. The first thing that I found on this trip was a plush Pomeranian puppy dog. This was Boo. He's a very popular online dog at one time. That was very cute. And so he took a ride for us for a little bit in our cart, but I ended up leaving him there. I was hoping that we would find things at this Goodwill because it is a little bit of a drive, and we did find some really nice things. These were some pretty glass candlestick holders. And this, I wasn't sure what this is. It says bully make on it, and it has a bulldog on it. So I think it's a dog chew toy, I think. That's what I got the impression of what it was. And let's see what else. They had a lot of plush animals sprinkled around in the shelves instead of in the toy section. I am getting over a cold, so please forgive my kind of coldy sounding voice. It's the last lingering parts. It always seems to settle in your throat. This was a nice hand-blown glass pitcher, but these don't really do very well for me, so even though I admire them, I don't pick them up anymore just because they're not really good sellers for me. So we are in the red section here. The shelves were very full. Here are some of the animals. And that's Susie growling at me because I'm not rubbing her belly. She's such a stinker. Aren't you? Yes, you are. This was a funny mug. I love you with all your imperfections. And then this white and red and black. It was like, I think it was missing its lid. And then the plate. I felt that these were hobbyist pieces. I could have been wrong. I just felt someone made those. And then this was a potpourri thing because it had the little smelly beads on the bottom of the owl there. Poor Susie, no one ever pays attention to her. How dare I do the voiceover and ignore her? These were things you could hang on your wall. Like, I think they were fruit. And then I was showing Jenny that we used to do these back in the day. These were $10, bronzing baby shoes. I don't think people do that anymore. They had a lot of Temptations pieces. And this was a vase that I felt someone glued sand onto it, or gravel. They made art. And this was a pretty vase. Kind of reminded me of Bristol glass, but I know it's not Bristol glass. Yes, Susie. Do you agree too? Here's some Avon. And I like looking in the boxes of China just to see if there's some kind of something exciting, the brand or something. Last time I was here, I got canisters. I got strawberry canisters. Oh, that's been broken in half. $2.99. Someone made that in 1980. And the whole collection. I'd never seen that style of canister before with the wheat and the big blue bow. So I decided to leave it there because I have enough canisters for sale in my store. I thought this was a cute little sign hanging there with the sloth. And then I found the biggest Temptations piece ever for $25. This was very, very heavy, but then I got distracted by this vintage tidbit tray with mushrooms on it that was made in Japan. So I thought, well, I think I'll take that, put that in the cart, and then let's go back to this ginormous thing. So I had Jenny hold the camera so I could pick this up with both hands because it is so, so, so heavy. So the name of the pattern is called Floral Lace. I love the color orange. This is a beautiful piece, but for me, for reselling, it's not in my budget for $25. But if you're just walking in and you need a ginormous, heavy orange dish, there you go. With the mushroom tidbit tray out of the way, I was able to find these little teapots. This is a Sadler made in England teapot. Very cute, little individual, no chips or cracks. And then this one is marked made in Japan. And then there was a brown one, but it was just brown and it didn't have any design on it. So my favorite one was the Sadler one. And then this one, Pristine England. And so I decided to leave the plain brown one there and take the other two. These were some pretty plates with some nice little blue flowers on them. I think now we're in the brown section, I think. Jenny thought this was a cute little plate with this lop-eared bunny. And then I was distracted again by something orange, the orange wig. So we were saying how that bunny was so cute. And I was checking with her to see if she needed an orange wig, and she said she was good. I'm poking around here, seeing if there's anything hidden in here. This was a butterfly thing, but it had a lot of wear to it. So I left that there. Oh, let's see.
Here's Smarty.
No, it's Brainy. What's a Brainy Smurf?
I'm confused. Where's Smarty?
This is pretty.
What is
this one?
What is it, Alan?
Look at this one.
That's a bunny.
I know, but I like the color.
What is that?
What, this one?
It is. Oh.
That's a
Those
vampire. Oh, there's
are those.
Snoopy.
That's like my Snoopy.
Oh, yeah. There's a Snoopy one. Office tag.
Luke, the DVD game. Turn your TV into.
Look, it's my childhood.
Step into the mystery.
When I was younger, I had a huge collection of Smurf plush. I even had a Smurf-themed bedroom, complete with the wallpaper and the bedspread, everything. Everything Smurf. I couldn't see a maker's mark on this Studio Art crock, so I left that there. And then there was a chip to the beak of that bird, so that also stayed on the shelf as well. And then that had a chip on the rim. I love hobbyist pieces, and this one was from, I believe, 1970 or 1980. However, it was a planter, and I do love hobbyist pieces, but this was such a weird shaped elephant, and it was all yellow. So I decided to leave that there after looking at it. Jenny found a pig who unfortunately had a repair to its neck, so we left that on the shelf. And then there were these cookie cutters from a koala crate. She used to get the kiwi crate. So we were just talking about that. And then I'm seeing if there's anything else that catches my eye. This pelican looked like it was hand carved. But I decided I would leave that there. It would be good if you had a shore house or something. And then I wanted to see what this figurine was. And it was an Asian boy. He was just a figurine. Then this first one was originally sold at Marshall's, and then I believe this one was probably more vintage based on the age of the bottom of it. It did have a repair to one of the wings of the bees. Jenny then said, no, those aren't bees, those are probably wasps because they're ginormous. Which would be a little intimidating if you were putting honey in this jar. These giant bees guarding it for you. And then look, I found Prada. But I do not deal with handbags. I don't know if they're real or not, so I left that there. And then I found this. I thought this was really cool. It looks like it's faux, supposed to be woven, and it's made in Japan. Very boho. And I thought that was terrific. This was a little wonky, so I left that there, making sure it's still wonky. And let's see, what did I find? Oh, I found an ornament. It was a fuzzy, felty kind of ornament. And then these I felt were more contemporary, so I left those little dishes there. And then I was seeing if this had a Made in India sticker, and it did not. Jenny thought that these looked like the Green Lantern symbol, Green Lantern symbol. And I agreed with her, but they were marked Made in China, so I think they were supposed to be more of an architectural image, not the Green Lantern image. I could have been wrong. You never know. There was another teapot here, the cordon bleu. And then this was a Marjolaine Baston made for Hallmark teapot. I like that with the little pots on the top for the lid. And here was a lipstick art. It was very glittery. And then I thought this pot was cute. I don't really do a good job of showing you, but the handle had a little face. And then here was just a little trinket dish. Now we've moved on to the white section, the white aisle. And here's a little bud vase, seeing if it was marked Occupied Japan. I think it just said Japan, if I read that correctly. And let's see here. Oh, and here was a cute little bat. It reminded me of those Ty Beanie Baby bats. He was just hanging out in the white section. And then this was a hand-painted piece. It was from 1993. And I think that little capper was for snuffing out your candles. So if it was from the 50s or 60s, I probably would have picked that up. But because it was more, to me, modern, because the 90s weren't they were not that long ago, I did leave that there after I rearranged the shelves so it would be safer. And then that's another Marjolaine Baston teapot. I used to work at a Hallmark store, so I kind of have an eye for seeing Marjolaine Baston things. Or is it Baston? I'm not sure. And just some little trinket dishes and plates. But they were just singles, so I did leave those there. And then there were 3 sets of 3 of these milk glass cups. There were no saucers. So there was this group and then that group. And then there was one more. So they had them for $1.99 per group, which wasn't that bad. Being nosy. And then finally, I spied some chickens. So part 2 and the haul will be in another video. But in the meantime, I thought you and I could sit down for a little chat. Hi there, I just wanted to come on and wish you all a happy fall and a happy Halloween. I know my family, we like the happy Halloween. We really don't like the scary Halloween part of it. I know in our area, we have Field of Screams or Jason's Woods, and that's very, very popular. It's grown and grown and grown from when I first moved here, and now it's a pretty popular attraction. I've never been because I'm too scared. But we have some traditions of our own. We always go trick-or-treating in my in-laws neighborhood just because it's a nice place to walk around and you don't have to worry about traffic too much. And we've always gone with our good friends since Jenny has been best friends with my friend's daughter since she was 4. So every year we have gone trick-or-treating pretty much since, I would say, they were in 1st or 2nd grade. And we went last night and it was rain or shine, and it was mostly rain, but the girls all had fun, and it's just fun seeing things that you do when you're little that so many years later your own children are doing. So I was wondering if any of you have some traditions in your area of the country or of the world, because I know some of you watch from different countries. If you have any tradition, not necessarily Halloween maybe, but fall, picking apples comes to mind, or just things with a change of season, what your family tends to do or what you like to do or what you remember doing when you were a child. So let's see, my sister's birthday was the end of October, so my mom always had a birthday party for her that was Halloween themed, and I remember it was very popular. It was in the 80s. It was very popular to have fondue, and so she would always have chocolate fondue, and we would dip the marshmallows in the fondue pot, and I remember she had different colored marshmallows, and that being a big treat. And it was always Halloween themed, and my mom is an excellent seamstress, so she would always sew like the little treat bags. I remember one year they were ghosts, and so I kind of associate my sister's birthday and Halloween as always having a good time, celebrating the spookiness in a happy way. This year, Jenny dressed up as Papyrus from Undertale, and I had no idea who that was. And I will insert a picture of Undertale for you. And so her costume, it's a character from a video game. And so we got all of the shirts and the pants from Goodwill, and I painted on the symbol from her on the shirt. and then I made the scarf, and then we had to order the gloves from Amazon because I was expecting the Dollar Tree to have red gloves because they always have red gloves this time of year, but they did not have red. And oh, and then I made the boots out of a poster board that I just cut in half and then cut a half again and then taped to her legs. So that was fun. And one of the brothers of the friends from yesterday, he was another character from Undertale. So it was kind of like they were, I don't know, I don't even know who they were, but it was fun because the kids knew who Jenny was supposed to be. And I was telling my mom what Jenny was going to be for Halloween, and we laughed because I said, oh, she could wear the shirt and the pants later. Because when I was growing up, my mom made our costumes for the most part. I would say like 85% of the time she made something, and then we would, go buy something that we needed. But I was Smurfette one year in fourth grade, but it basically was a white nightgown with a Smurfette applique, and then it was a nightgown. And then in fifth grade, I was a Cabbage Patch Kid, a Cabbage Patch doll, and so she made the bonnet, and I had the yarn hair, and then I had a dress, but then the dress was a nightgown. So the joke growing up was, well, you could be whatever you want for Halloween as long as you can reuse it. It could be pajamas later. So it's a little bit funny that, and last year Jenny was Eevee from Pokemon, and she had a brown sweater, brown pants, so you could wear them again. So it's just not a one and done deal. My favorite costume when I was growing up, I would say in eighth grade, I was Scarlett O'Hara, and my mom had a hoop skirt. And so I wore the hoop skirt because you were allowed to wear your costumes to school. And I wore this hoop skirt. And I didn't realize getting into a desk that has the attached chair would be a challenge with a hoop skirt. But at my school, we used to have, you would dress up in your Halloween costume, and then you would have, they would vote in the classroom, and then the top 3 people would go down to the gym, and then they would vote again for who would be the best of the grade, I guess. I'm not sure. So I do remember that costume. And then towards the end, you kind of stop going trick-or-treating. And I think I was a freshman in high school when it was like, okay, you're old enough. And my last costume, I remember I was a rabbit coming out of a hat. And my mom made that costume. And that was pretty cool because the top half was a rabbit, and then the bottom half was the magician's hat. And then I think I carried a magic wand. I hope you enjoy this first part of this shopping trip. The second part and the haul will be on Monday. And today I just went to an auction and I bought a lot of hats. So there will be a definite video of just all of the stuff I got at the auction, and I hope you enjoy that one as well. So thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you for subscribing and hitting that thumbs up and leaving comments. I do read every single comment. I know I don't respond back to every single, that's Barney. I know I don't respond back to every single comment, but please know I do read everything, and I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see ya.